All right. Welcome back to the Big Talk Tuesday Podcast. I don't think it's Tuesday. Wait, actually, it is Tuesday today.
Yeah, this might be. Yeah,
It is Tuesday today. This
I
is
think
a big
last
thing.
time it was on a Tuesday too.
Yeah.
'Cause I remember we said that it's the first Tuesday.
Yeah, definitely. Well, our whole thing was we got this from our teacher,
Okay.
and we basically took that name. It was just on any day that we would do the podcast, we would just call it Big Talk Tuesday, regardless, just to pay homage. But we got it on a Tuesday again.
Nice.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
welcome back. I'm Braylon. This is Braden, and who we got here?
Grandfatherpeace.
Grandfatherpeace. So, why don't you just introduce yourself? Whatever you want to say, put it all out there.
All right. Well, first of all, I'm glad to finally be moving back to the Mount Clemens area, Macomb area. I'm working really hard on a couple EPs, merchandise, but most importantly, networking. You know what I mean? That's my most important thing. I got a couple groups. I got a channel on Instagram. I got the YouTube channel, and then I got the Facebook profile that I go by, which is my actual name. It's Tayshawn Woods. You can add me on there, or Snapchat, grandfatherpeace. It's pretty much associated like that. I'll make sure we get the tags and everything right. But yeah, man, I'm a father of two. I'm working on getting more time with my kids. I had to go through a whole lot of stuff just to get to this point. So, I'm just humble and ready to work.
All right.
I'm excited though.
That's very cool. All right.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I hear you talk about a lot about the Mount Clemens scene. What do you see out there for you personally?
Honestly, I'd say I see just a whole bunch of blank faces. A lot of people just like music, good music. And I'm one of those people with a blank face. I'm one of those people that like good music. And I was just surprised when people they take a liking to mine. I'm very surprised. I'm still at the stage where it's cringy to let other people listen to the music I make. But if you're not a real fan, you don't know that I make it all on my my phone. I make all my music on my phone. And so, but this is all rough drafts because it's expensive to be an artist. It is, but if you had a dream to be a basketball player, you would play basketball. I like performing music. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only way I can get my little stuff out while working 16-hour days and being a dad and all this other stuff. So that's where we at with that.
So you say you're a dad on a day-to-day basis, just working on your music and doing that. How does that work for you? How does the schedule work out on a usual basis?
So right now, I got myself in this a tight situation with finances and then custody and stuff like that. It's no joke, you know what I mean? Take your time, to all the new lovers, even if it's family that you love, take your time and understand that every relationship ain't gonna be, it's not gonna be forever, Right. So love everybody how you love them, so you can always have hidden love. That's how I think of things.
Okay.
But I get 2 hours with my kids 2 days a week, and it's good enough for me right now. But I'm definitely looking to have more time with them. But right now, I'm teaching them how to be little adults because we, for whatever reason, might have to be grown up in a situation. And I've seen some very advanced kids, knowing how to do things that I didn't know how to do at certain ages. My kids are really smart.
Right.
So today, just like other days, in our 2 hours, we go to the grocery store, we pick out fruit, we go to a little deli, or I already pick out some meat beforehand, and we, I let them see me cooking. I slice up the watermelon, so they already, they got plans to eat. They got toys. I got their little room set up with their posters and everything, But, we have our time. We go outside. We play in the dirt. We run. I used to run track, and I want to try to get them into, some of the little routines to get your body, warmed up. Your hips, your hip flexors, what I'm saying, your thighs, doing high knees, doing certain type of stuff like that. But I want them to be, athletic. They love to run. Yeah. They got a lot of energy, so try to do what they like to do.
I got you.
Yeah.
You doing your best here.
No, I just wanted to say, bro, I'm real happy to see that. That makes me real happy to see people really understand the importance of that, because I feel a big issue that I see a lot with people is just people that, you know, when they were kids, like they didn't necessarily I feel like understimulation leads to underdevelopment. You know what I mean? And a lot of these people, they're not necessarily able to become as like effective when they get older and like do as much for themselves that they could, or experience life to the fullest like they could, or like really exactly, yeah, and take advantage of everything. And that's something that my mom always taught to me, specifically, like, she always said emotional intelligence, but, like, similar thing, you know what I mean? And then, like, even just the small things, like, how old are your kids?
7 and 5.
7 and 5, yeah, like, those are good ages, like, what you're doing, like, showing how to be mini adults. Like, my parents did exactly that, you know, like, they always taught me and my sister how to be independent. I literally have vivid memories of, like, me with my dad in the grocery store as a kid, and him tell me time after time again, he'll be like, hey, could you grab me a pear real quick? And I go to grab a pear, and I grab it off the bottom, and then he'd get mad at me, and he'd be like, nah, never grab fruit off the bottom, because everything fall down.
Right.
Things like that, like, you don't even think about it, but it completely changes the way you think about things, because now every single action you have moving forward, you're going to think about if you pull the bottom out, will the top fall? You know what I mean? So, like, those things are crucial, and I'm really happy to see you implement them for real. But also, like, sort of going back to music, like how much time do you really are you able to dedicate to music a week? Do you wish you could dedicate more, or?
Without a doubt, I definitely wish I can dedicate more time to music. It's a thing about like just like resources. You know, if I didn't have to rely on, you know, DTE or consumers energy, or, you know, for gas or lights or whatever, and I could, you know, harness the energy from, I don't know, the sun, or my own little whip mill in the back, you know, or like a water you know what I'm saying, like one of them water, I forgot what it's called, like the water wheel. You know what I'm saying?
What's it called?
I don't know what you're talking about. It's almost it's like a wind turbine, but for
It's like a mill.
A mill, like a water mill. Yeah. I can't, you know what I'm saying? But if you have those type of things and you generate your own power. I even remember somebody doing it off a bike, and you know, you do your exercise, and that exercise is going to be used. It powers up a battery to be used at night, you know. So, and I'm here in Mount Clemens right now. I'm only here 8 days a month, you know, working in Jackson, staying in Jackson, either staying at a friend's house, or I sleep in my car even at times too, you know, because I don't want to drive 16 hours. Man, I'm sleepy. I only get to sleep for so many hours, but the hours I do get to sleep, I read my Bible. If I don't got to drive far, I just read my Bible. I get some push-ups in, I get my shower in, you know, and I'm right out there looking at the countryside. Like, it's beautiful. They got cows, and they got sandhill cranes, or whatever you call those dang old thing. They like red cranes. They got red right here on their face. They beautiful though, and it's a lot of them, you know. So, but it's cool. It's cool, man. It's cool. But yeah, I don't even know if I answered the question.
No, yeah, you're good, bro. You good. I wanted to ask about your name. Like, how did you acquire the name GrandfatherPeace? How do you operate like that?
Okay, so if you split it up, you know, I think of it as a grandfather. I've had 3 grandfathers, whether that be blood or just by relation. I've had 3 grandfathers, 2 of which have passed, and all of them have been able to teach me something. I'm young. I'm only 28, but embodying, you know, something that you manifest every day. Like, I want a car, I want a house, you know, I want to be a good father, you know, whatever, you know, manifesting it kind of like every day, or calling yourself something that you want to be every day, is literally how I got the name. And my daughter, Aviana Taylor, she's the oldest. You know, she said she liked it too, you know, when we was talking about it and just coming up with stuff real late. But, you know, the last part being peace is you finding peace in yourself, like in that one-on-one time, loving yourself. I realize I like walking outside with no shoes and socks. That's just my thing. I don't know why. You know, I just like that. You know what I mean? I like wearing what I want to wear, you know. You know, I talk to a beautiful woman right now, and, you know, she's conscious of everything I'm wearing. You know, she want me to dress nice. You know what I mean? You know, she even go out and pick, even though it's my money, she'd pick my shoes out for me and make me wear these. You know, this is what you gonna wear when we go out. My mom kind of the same way. You should be wearing some jeans when you go out to perform. You know, iron your stuff, and me will be like, well, this is how I'm feeling right now. I wanted to come out the house like an episode, you know, and I was running late maybe, you know, and I jump right on stage and get right to what I've been wanting to do all week.
Yeah, that comfortability.
It's me. It's me for real. Like, that's me, you know, and everybody know it. Like, I'm telling y'all like, he that type of guy. you know. So
this is who you are.
That's it, grandfather peace, you know. And
that's real.
Be older, you know, in your relationships. You know, I remember being a kid, you know, falling, scraping my knee up, you know, the nurse coming by. Nothing, something just happened.
Oh, just it's good. It's still picking up.
Oh, okay, cool. But I remember the nurse coming by after I fall and scrape my knee or something like that, or fall off the swings, and the nurse come by, you know, she like, hey, you okay? You know, or they send you to the nurse, and the nurse like, hey, you okay? Everything's gonna be all right. She give you some water, she give you some Advil, or, you know, a little baby Tylenol. She pat your back, put the Band-Aid on, Neosporin, whatever, and you know, send you on your way. How I feel like that's God in the flesh. Like they say Jesus is God in the flesh, but Jesus is like a carbon copy, or he's like he's all of us. Anybody can be that nurse. Anybody can be Jesus. I ain't saying you can heal everybody by touching them, but you know, you can be good to people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's just a good symbol. My grandfather, Melvin Hartman, rest his soul. He's a great man. He left me a great family to be around and commune with. I wasn't really related to him, but it felt like it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, grandfather peace. He is the symbol to a person. I feel like he searches for peace in other people. He searches for peace in himself, and he passes that on for men like myself, men like y'all, to find something in themselves that's not just regular life. You know, everybody kind of caught up in regular life thinking that that's what it is, but in reality, it's about finding yourself. You know, being cool with whatever happens. You know, and keeping your head. You know, don't destroy yourself. You know,
be good with you.
Be good with you. Yeah, most definitely. If everybody can find themselves, the world would be a better place. You ain't worried about everybody else. You worried about yourself. The world would be a better place, for real.
Cool. Appreciate that. Yeah. Also wanted to ask, like, just on the music note, like, how did you start doing music? I guess I would ask. Like, was it like a thing you've always done, or was it something like you just picked up? Like, let us know.
So, when I was in the 4th grade, I did a talent show. I sung this song called So Sick by Neo. I did that song. And my friend, shout out to Charles Fluker, he was dancing in the back, you know what I'm saying, on some, you know, 4th grade stuff when you do stuff in the 4th grade. But, you know, I did that when I was in the 7th grade, I believe. I did T-Pain, Freeze with Chris Brown, and my friend Mercedes, she's an artist now. She was dancing in the back, you know, with the aluminum foil in her mouth. You know what I'm saying? It was fun though, you know. And I never really, you know, wrote my own music. But when I got to high school, 9th grade, shout out to Hakeem Crampton. He's working on a lot of big things. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you the link to him as well. He's a person that I know would be down to support growth and like what y'all got going on. You know, the things that I have going on that I want to do, helping people. He'd be down for that. He helps convicts, you know, felons, you know, and the people that's trying to get out or are already at home. He helps them out a lot of jobs and more opportunities. But furthermore, with music, me getting into music, 9th grade, he showed me how to write poetry for real. You know, just he talked about it, you know what I mean, so to speak, and it opened my mind to trying to do it more and further it more. So when we were in English, you know, he would just volunteer to come to our school, you know. So we in English class, and I'm falling in love with writing long papers, you know, and I'm adding my, you know, I don't know what I got, but it's there, you know what I mean. But I'm adding my little writer's zeal to it, and I'm happy with it, you know. And every paper I'm putting in, I'm actually loving it, you know what I mean. And the teachers loving it, and they telling me they loving it, and I'm like, yeah, I like to write, you know. So further down the line, I get to meet my sister. And when I was 22 years old, my oldest daughter was still not born yet. She was in the belly, you know. But I got to go meet my sister. Her artist name is Paige Low-Key. She's amazing. I think I sent you all her music as well. She does music. She's been doing music since she, I think, 15 or 16. And she just turned 26, I believe, July 6th. So she's been a big inspiration. Day One King Reed, Loretta Mars. Day One King Reed, I found out he was doing music way late. He been doing music since 2013. Loretta Mars been doing music since I was a kid. Like, I'm talking about like probably like, from when I can remember, I probably was in like maybe like the 6th grade, probably 7th grade, probably 8th grade maybe. We'll stretch it that far, but she's been doing music for a long time too. You gotta check some of her old stuff out too. She's been talented for a long time, but it's kind of, you know, everybody's having the same issues about who to give the music to. You know, what's next? You know what I mean? And how famous do I want to be? Do I want to be famous in my city? That's what I want to do. I want everybody in the neighboring cities to know, even if you go to college, I want y'all to know who I am and talk to y'all friends about me. Because if I ain't that good, I ain't that good, you know. But if I am, I want to share it with everybody and get those ears listening, get those eyes on my merchandise, get those eyes on my trust funds and my funds and, you know, stuff like that. I want to do a kickball thing. I think I showed y'all magazine, you know, but, you know, people like Feeling Good Podcast, shout out to them. Jacob Peters, they doing magazines, they doing barbecues, they trying to do a Feeling Good family reunion because they've been rocking with the same people for years. They got this thing called Flum. Y'all gotta go to that. It's called McNass, you know, it's a lot of PJ, Blue, it's a lot of artists that stay clicked up, you know what I mean? My sister performed at the Crazy Horse in Detroit, and they were there, and they kind of did the Artist Bowl, you know, and we talked about it. They recorded it. They had a really good camera. It was a really good shot, but they tried to turn my sister's music off. She wasn't throwing enough money and all this. It's a strip club, you know, and it was just an opportunity. But she wasn't throwing enough. They tried to turn her music off. You know, she got off the stage. I stayed on the stage. I was in this militant. I already knew. I'm like, you already gave us the mics. That's where you messed up. You shouldn't have gave us the mics. And then the crowd was loving what she was doing. But because she wasn't throwing enough money, they was trying to get us off the stage by turning the music off. I said, just keep rapping. You know, she gave the mic up. I stood on stage with the mic. She came back up. I gave her the mic. I said, tear it up. They shouldn't have gave you the mic. You shouldn't have gave it up either. You know, what they gonna do? Pull us off the stage? You know, not with these
That's
black
like
combat
movie.
boots on.
Yeah, movie, I swear.
Yeah, for real. Because we wasn't doing nothing wrong. They was the ones doing us wrong. You know what I mean? And they was gonna get away with it too. Owner wasn't gonna do nothing. I don't know where he was.
Yeah.
You know.
You good. We that was a great that was a great breakdown of what's been going on. I appreciate
it. I'll get the scene too.
Of course, we got to see that. Go ahead.
So yeah, I was wondering. I think you might have mentioned them a little bit, but I remember when I was talking to you, and literally the first thing that sparked our conversation was you had said something about Burna Boy and then a podcast out in Bay City. I was just really curious as to who's your friends who run the podcast out in Bay City? What's the Bay City scene like? What's going on out there? Because I don't feel like I hear a lot of them or a lot about it. Because Bay City out near Saginaw, right?
Yeah. So in Michigan, we use our hand, right? So you that's where Bay City is, right between the index and the thumb. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. They literally the best in the state. You know, if you haven't heard about them, it's just not your time yet. You know, but you want to hear about them. I performed at a place called Lullabies. There's a couple other places that I performed, the art department in the basement. And I'm talking about, it was a little funky in there, but we was having a good time. You know, he has a flea market in his backyard, in his garage. I'm talking about, it's huge. I shot a video in there. My sister shot a video in there. They've been shooting a whole lot of videos in there. If you go to their YouTube, that's where all their stuff is at. Shout out to Feeling Good Podcast, Jacob Peters, your family, all your friends, all the artists that you be helping out. I wouldn't even call him a real artist, but he'll hop on a track with you, you know, and he got that energy, man. He was a military man like myself. I was in the military for 7 years. You know, I don't throw it out there that much, but
What branch?
Army National Guard. Yep, Army National Guard. It was fun. It was fun. The training part was more fun than the coming back home and having to deal with being a soldier halftime, a dad halftime, a husband halftime because I was married, you know, and then you gotta work some job, you know, and finish school too. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot, but you know, God got me through. You know what I mean? But Jacob Peters, Feeling Good Podcast. He on Facebook. He's on Instagram. He got that zeal, you know, that, and he pushes that blood through me and that spirit through me because I want to be grandfatherpeace and I want to be, if I could, a phantom extension of them. You know what I mean? It ain't got to be a hand that you can see, but you know when we talk about it, you know, I talk about him, you see me, I'm thinking about him. You know, you see him, you should be thinking about me. I'm hoping. You know, that's the kind of relationship I want. And same thing with y'all. You know, y'all busy, y'all going to college, but if y'all want to take y'all resources to the next step and have something be relaxing and taking care of your business, you know, if you doing this somehow generates you the money to pay for your car note, I would like to make that happen. And if y'all got some ideas on how to, you know, make the money y'all need, I'm down to help, you know. And I offer my services for free because y'all were so willing to be bonded with me in this moment. And if the relationship falls off, I'm cool with that too. Don't ever be afraid to call, because I'm that type of guy. We go through things, that sometimes you got to go through by yourself. That's why I was talking about that relationship with yourself is very important. Self-reflection, they call it shadow work, meditation, prayer. It's all good, it's all good, because, I even have bad relationships with, aunties or uncles or parents, girlfriends, we you gonna go through it. So realize that you're gonna go through it, but don't ever give up. That's the calling card for it. Push through everything. You need to exist at the end of the day. So there you go.
Appreciate that. Always. You stated about how you would you'd be always open to building that bond with us, and I really appreciate that, honestly. We've been doing this for about like a year and a half. We had a little break where we weren't doing it, and this was our sign to get back in. So we really appreciate you doing this for us. You know what I'm saying? On the music note, I wanted to ask, like, I know it's primarily rap, right?
Yeah, I try to sing, and I used to be in choir.
Yeah, I got you. So like, what's is that the only type of music that you center yourself around, or is there like a variety? Like, what type of things do you do?
It's a soul thing, man. If you're an artist, you ask any artist. I'm talking about people that paint, or they might throw darts at a board that got paint inside the balloons. You ask them how they get the inspiration to create what it is they create after they're done creating, and they'll tell you they probably don't know. It's probably from the past, or they'll probably tell you the goals that they have in mind. That's important to have goals. But, this painting is probably a goal, or it was a bad thought that you used to think about. You ain't thinking about it no more, or it's just something that you want to do, or whatever. It's anything. But, when I'm rapping, I have no clue what's getting ready to come out. It's a dark space inside of me, I know, or it's a light space inside of me. It just comes out. I think God already wrote it. Before I wrote it, God wrote it down. And it's like, if it make you cry, then cry, because he's a good writer. If I watch a movie and cry, I cry. So why not cry when God trying to make me cry? You know what I mean? He's a good writer, so cry. You know what I mean?
I fuck with that a lot. I feel like a lot of people, they're like,
a lot of people are like scared to cry or like show emotion and like I feel like a lot of that. Like, what's your opinion on, like, because I feel like it ties into, like, the idea of toxic masculinity. I'm not sure if it's exactly how people represent it sometimes, but, like, there's a big issue with people in that, and that goes into what you were saying earlier, emotional fluency. Like, people, they got to be comfortable with themselves and really know themselves, understand what they need, because I'm somebody where, like, when I was younger, I really struggled to show emotion, and I still do a lot, and I struggle to communicate with people, especially within, like, romantic relationships, things like that, and, like, there's certain people where, like, I'm able to get to a point where I feel so comfortable with them, and I'm able to, like, show that side of me to them, and it means the world, you know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people, they really miss out on that. Like, have you had any struggles with things like that? Because I know that you mentioned sort of similar things.
Yes. I kind of mentioned relationships earlier with, like, family members and stuff like that. Remembering that any relationship you have in your life is not ever going to be more than what you have with yourself. You're going to have the longest relationship with God and the longest relationship with yourself. But then again, that might not be true, because you might pick up a relationship with God 2 years before you transcend on. You go into the next life. It's no telling, but I think God is always inside of you, so you always been talking to him. If people say, I think God is a woman, maybe that's because they know they do feel like a woman, they are a woman, and they feel like they're talking to themselves, because God is inside of you. It says it all in the text. God is inside of you. He's the soul inside. God is inside of all of us. We're all the same, energy. You know what I mean? That's what it is, but that's how I feel. I don't want to put my thoughts and knowing or belief on anybody else, but that's how I feel. I'm gonna correct that. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I can see your faith is like a big part of who you are. Like it kind of like culminates around that. And I wanted to know, like, based off your faith, does that influence how you speak in, like, your raps, or how you sing or stuff, things like that?
That's a great question. All of these questions have been great, but that's a great question. So, like I said, all the music that I got on BandLab and SoundCloud, which I probably didn't mention earlier, all my music is on BandLab and SoundCloud for the time being. It's very expensive to be an artist. All of that is going to have some cussing in it. It's going to have some lame singing in it. It's going to have some decent rapping in it, but it's me fully me, 100% me. You know, when I'm in the booth or in the closet or in my room or in the bathroom doing it, it's me. You know, that's the most important part. LeBron James goes into the gym and he practices him on that court. That's why he is able to do what he does. You know, he goes up against his teammates. He goes home and play ball with his sons. You know, he meeting up with old teammates, hooping, legends. You know, he has that time, you know, but hours and hours and hours. Kobe say the job ain't done. You know, work hard. You know what I mean? Whatever it is I'm trying to work at, I do it. You know, if y'all ever want to do something with me, you know, we can write it down on a piece of paper, take a picture of it, send it to us all, print it out, throw it in a drawer, or put it up on the wall. Until we get our goal done, we ain't gonna take the picture down and throw it in the drawer. We should have a stack of pictures if we want to be successful. You know what I mean? You know, you should be able to have a stack of pictures and you should be knocking things down. You know, I mentioned my lady earlier, and I'm getting off topic. Tell me your question. Did I answer it?
Nah, you did your thing.
It was the faith. It was the faith thing.
Yeah,
it was the faith thing. So I consider myself. You know, a lot of people try to put God in the Bible. I think you can literally go into the Quran. You can go into the Bible. You can go into the Torah. You can go into the Book of Life and then just get anything out of it. But as long as you're a good man or a good woman and good to people, you know, you're the good guy in the story. You know, either you want to be the good guy or you want to be the bad guy. Do you? I ain't telling you to be bad now, but I'm telling you to be you. You know, entirely. But I call myself a student. Mm-hmm. I call myself a student. I'm a student to this life thing. It's a reason I want to cuss or cry. We were just talking about that. So I'm gonna do it. You know, and I'm it's gonna burn me. You know, or it ain't, because I know I don't want my kids cussing. Mm-hmm. You know, so I'm probably not gonna play the music I cuss in front of them. They probably gonna get to it anyway, but I'm trying to do my thing, though. I'm trying to be, like I said, spread peace.
Good role model type thing.
That's it. Yeah.
I got you.
How do you feel about, like, because I know you said you talk about your faith a little bit in your raps. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do you feel about, like, because I know my opinion on it. I was never really too hot on it, but like people like NF, who are actually from Michigan, so that's a good one to bring up. But people like NF, like a very like overly religious rapper, is the way I would look at it. Is that a way you would aspire to be, or do you want like more so realness in your raps? Because I don't think NF cusses in his raps, but you cuss in your raps. I view you as somebody who's very, very real, and you not necessarily like chasing one image. I view you as like chasing everything. So how do you feel about a lot of people who kind of like stick solo into like one lane in rap?
I'd say again, like, you know, I'll bring this up solely for the purpose of the question. That's a great question. I had a friend named Troy Royce. He was in the Army with me, my friend Najee. And he got married in November and he passed away in December. He married his best friend, you know, and I do my best to try to keep up with her. But like I said, you know, if we ever lose touch, you know, things gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay. You ever contact me, I'm gonna be the same guy. I'm gonna work on being the same guy. If I seem different, give me a hug. You know, tell me you love me. You know, or just dap me up and be like, hey man, you know, you don't seem like you all right. Maybe we can kick it some other time. Any one of those answers is right. You know, all of the above. You know what I'm saying? But be you entirely. Because if you're not being you, and if I'm a friend of yours and I don't push you to be you, what kind of friend am I? You know what I'm saying? You see me walking outside with no shoes on, no socks on. You about to tell me to go put my shoes and socks on? I wouldn't, because I'm gonna look at you like, you know, I'm not about to go put no shoes and socks on. This is how I want to be right now. You know what I mean? I'll race you in my bare feet. I will race you. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, shout out to NF. You know what I mean? Keep doing your thing. Keep being you. You know, we all. That's a song, you know, we all fall down, you know what I mean? And in many ways, you'll fall down, you know, everybody's not perfect, but continue to work on you, set your goals, and, you know, it's your time, man. It's your time to be lowercase g God, you know what I mean? God calls us God. I'll get you the scripture later, you know what I mean? But God calls us gods. You are gods. You know, you literally are in control of parts of the world. That's important. You know what I mean? If you down here, he sent you into this body, into this soul, and he put you into these relationships with these people that you love, and you know, you have the opportunity to be the best person you can be the best God you can be. You want him to be a good God. What about you? You be a good God. You know, you be a good person. You know, be a good father, be a good son, you know, be a good daughter, you know, whatever it is that you are, be good at it, you know, and have good intentions in your heart when you wake up, you know, and remember that life is valleys and mountaintops. You know, you're gonna have bad days. Don't expect life to be mountaintops all the time. Do not expect it, because it's not gonna be the way. I struggle with, having a bad day and not moving past it. So what I do is I talk about God. I work in a prison and I talk about God. I talk about God, and I talk about God so much that he just started making me feel better. And I enjoy talking to these little brown boys that look like me, you know what I'm saying? And they struggling with life, and they on a whole new level, because they got 30 years and they 18 years old. You know what I mean? That's tough. And some of them got 3 or 6 kids, and they 18 in prison, life, feel like it's over, but I try to tell them, like, you can do anything. You can change things around here. You know what I mean? Like, you see something wrong and you can make a way to correct it. You see people doing the wrong thing, you can make a way to correct it. You can put things in, motion for things to be better. You can talk to the guys and, mature these guys in here as much as you can. Or, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. You don't be scared of nothing though.
Yeah. That's an important thing you're doing there. You work in prisons. I know we said about how, like, you being a father and your faith got into it. Does you like your job right now? Does that attribute to you and your type of music that you make? Does that impact you as a person, do you think?
I kind of find it hard to put the jobs in my music. I'm still shy. I'm still shy when it comes to, like, me or anybody knowing exactly who I am. You know what I mean? Just like the whole military thing. I don't tell everybody I was in the military, so, but I'm gonna rap about what I want to rap about, for real. Yeah. The music gonna end up, like, I don't know what I'm about to say, but I like this beat. That's how it is. Like, I don't know what I'm about to say, but I like this beat. Like them artists that paint. You don't know what you about to paint, but you like that metallic paint. You like that, charcoal or whatever. You like it and you want to do something with it. I like the way this move and lay,
Yeah,
so.
I feel like a lot of it, like, when I look at you and I talk to you, like, immediately what goes through my mind is, like, not only just, like, rapper, not only just, like, barber, like, I feel like you strike me very much so as a cultivator. You know what I mean? And, like, in terms of, like, the way that you interact with people, what you want for people, what you want for yourself, like, very much so, whether it be cultivating your kids into, the people you want to see them be very independent and strong, whether it be you work as a CO, so, you know what I mean? You work in the prisons, you have to see a lot of people, and you actively try to talk in a way that's going to help cultivate them and inspire them and push them and motivate them, like, and I guess this, like, specifically, I take interest in it because, like, when I was younger, I Googled my name as a kid, and, like, the only thing that popped up was some random motivational speaker with my name. And I remember thinking as a kid, I was like, bro, that's lame. That's so lame. I was like, that's so dumb. That's what I was thinking as a kid. And I was hating so hard. And, like, now, like, as I get older, I understand the value of it. And it's just like, because it's like, I feel like sometimes, especially with the way that I try to do this podcast, the conversations I try to have with people, or, like, what I want for my friends, what I want for the people around me, the way that I try to push them is, like, textbook exactly what I didn't want to be as a kid, or, like, disliked as a kid. Like, when I Googled my name and then some TED Talk motivational speaker popped up, I was like, bro, like, of course this is the person that pops up for me. Right. And then, like, now it's like, I think that's cool. Like, I think that's amazing. So, like, I was just wondering, like, how did you, like, kind of end up finding out you were more so type of a cultivator, realize that was a passion for you, or something that you kind of push yourself for or push others?
Today, you probably the first person to, say cultivator. But I just try to strive to be a good person. So whatever that means, that's what it is, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think when I had another Facebook, I got a new one now. But it was, I want to be a beacon of hope for my community, family, friends included, and, I guess that a cultivator is what that would be, I want to build community gardens. I want to have community 5Ks. I want to have people come out and walk with me. I want to shoot, having your cameras around and having your arms around, because it's dangerous around here, I'm going to have that, I'm going to have my little security around, stuff like that, whatever. But, I wanted people to have fun, be, just like when we were kids, like we used to ride bikes, man, and I'm talking about 50 50-minute rides, you know what I mean, in one way, you know, and come back. Mama didn't even know where you was, you know what I mean? And I'm glad ain't nothing ever happened to me, but I think about that now. Like, I would never want my little girls. I got 2 little girls. I would never want them to go out there, drive no bike for 50 minutes, and I ain't know where they been. And that's, you know, that's 2 hours are going to hit real quick. You know, you got to come back 50 minutes. And I don't know where you at. And you didn't call me to come get you. You rode that bike back. You know what I mean? So, you know, but yeah, cultivating is a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? And I hope that people can, you know, see me like you see me, and rock with me, man. Come play some kickball, some chess. I want to get my dad down here. I got some work friends that fish. I want to teach some kids how to fish. You know what I mean? Amazing. Yeah, and then, you know, you got stuff on Facebook where people, they got their own gardens. I'm gonna invite them over. You know, you know, shout out to the ladies in the Mount Clemens community that said they would come help me out. I want to invite them over to help me make my own garden, man, because, you know, you need to learn how to make your own food. You know, your ancestors moved out of the countryside, you know, in they farms. They moved out of there, and y'all city people now, you know, and we depend on somebody else to feed us, and we gotta trust that it's good for us. You know what I mean?
No, that's true. That starts up a whole conversation of like how, you know, America does us as a people, but the reality of the situation is we need to learn how to do good for ourselves as well, regardless of anything that happened, while making any changes that need to happen. You know what I'm saying? Talking to officials, getting things done the way it needs to happen. So we are eating the right types of food and cultivating the right types of communities. You know what I mean? I really respect that.
Cultivating knowledge.
Yes. Knowledge is the most important thing always. You know what I'm saying? Is there I heard you got a freestyle for us today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We hear some of that.
Yeah.
I know we've been talking about, you know, the down to earth stuff, but we do, you know, want to hear your music.
Yeah, let's get it.
Yeah.
All right, man. Yeah, I got the song right here.
Okay.
I hope this comes through.
I think it's good.
So this, I'm still fighting with the name of the song, but I'm gonna call it "Wash It Down." I built a broken boat. Yeah. I built a broken boat. Yeah. Yo, I built a broken boat. I thought that it would float. I used a simple method here. Past that, the thoughts were cloaked. I had a common goal. It broke on common soul. We in this damaged bowl. They won't stop crying like, why you do this to us? You not peace, you just chaos. You just muted the fuss. We your family, where you been at? Where your God and where your sins at? Where the school and where your kids at? You got a problem, make a pimp decision. Life is moving, you not living. We needin' peace and you not giving. You got that same outcome with spilled emotion. Who with the ocean, misuse hurt and feel devotion. But your heart is forgiven. And you not out here on your own. And then I was talking in my head in that point. That's somebody else talking to me. And I come in like, yeah, you not out here on your own. Yo, I'm not out here on my own. Frying fish and getting gone. Grab a broom to sweep the mold. Take the plastic, block the code. Talk to me to reach my soul. Raise my kids and reach my goals. Listen close and I behold. God is here, hear my flow. I write it down so I can know. Paint it good to reap the toll. Meditate to light the load. Say a prayer, free my soul. Loretta Mars. We can go exchange ideas to paint this road. Loretta Mars. We can go exchange ideas to paint this. Make our families proud. Big finances now. Might even surf a crowd. They one gon' bring the loud. I reach my focus now. I'm not gon' hold no crown. Reach up and pull it down. You see some money now. I learned to meditate to wash it down. Grandfatherpeace, I ripped the leash. I learned to meditate to wash it down. We from the east and we watch me do it like I'm Martha Stewart. I paint the music, no refuse it. Let me do it again. Watch me do it like I'm. Watch me do it like I'm. Watch me do it like I'm Martha Stewart. I paint the music, don't abuse it. Sometimes you confusing. You start that yelling when I'm gelling. I don't wanna do it. I break the swelling and the felon. Pay him write the music. Pay him life confusing. Weighted ball, break contusion. Made him fall, now he losing. Found some light in the music. Give him plight, won't you do it, God? Gonna do it, God.
I'm not ruined, hold me tight in her arms. First I'm naked, now I'm calm. Found some peace, no alarm. Drink a glass, won't do harm. Found a good thing in my life, found a good wife in my life. Hey Ashanti, hey, grandfatherpeace. Wash it down.
That was nice.
Yeah, nah.
That was nice. You
as
do your
hell.
thing.
You
I ain't
smooth as
gonna
hell
lie.
on the- Bro, this is what I was telling you beforehand. I told you he had performed for us in the shop and he smooth as like, bro.
That's how you pulled up.
Yeah, cool as hell, bro. Cool as hell, bro. Cool as hell.
It's nice.
Yeah, man. All right, man. Shit, we at like 40 minutes right now. We should probably get it all wrapped up. But anything final you want to say? Any advice you want to give to the people watching? Any people you want to shout out or anything like that? And then also I'm gonna need the links to all your shit so I can put it in the description or whatever.
Okay. All right. Not a problem. Let me see here. I had wrote some notes down for y'all, man. God bless y'all, first of all. Take care of your friends and your family, man. You got some people in your life right now that don't do you how you feel like you should be treated. But for whatever reason, you might treat them well, you know. That's not a bad thing, you know. Don't let nobody convince you that you doing a bad thing if it feels good to you. You know what I mean? Be good to you. If you're choosing to keep people around that don't necessarily do you any good, be ready for that. You know, have the shield, or they call it the full body of armor on. You know, when they talk about it in the Bible. You know, believe in what you want to believe. Don't let nobody force you into believing. Be careful with who's around you. If your parents tell you this is what you believe, just listen to them until you get out the house. You know what I mean? But let's see what I got here, man. Shout out to my mom and my dad, my family, everybody in Gary, Indiana, everybody in Arizona, everybody in Michigan, my friends and my family, all my Army family, my people in Christ, my lady, Ashanti, my kids, Aviana, Taylor, and Queen. Shout out to everybody that's supported me, the Hartman family, Grandma Deb, I love you. Everybody that has passed on to the next life, thank you for everything you've given me. Sergeant Santana, I said they when King Reed and them earlier. My sister Paige Low Key, you doing your thing. Don't stop. And build a manifesto, man. A manifesto is a goal list. A topic list, if you will, a checklist, a honey-do list. You'll know more about that when you get a girl. You know what I'm saying? But build a manifesto. My manifesto right here says, move home, finish my first EP, finalize a song called Valar, Copper Beach, reaching my hands out. God is so merciful. It's a song called Go to Work, and Round the Throne. So I'm trying to finish those songs. I'm trying to finish an EP with my brother Don, or D2 on Band Lab is his name. It's a lot of stuff that's getting ready to happen, because I'm gonna stop talking about everything that I'm doing, and my actions is gonna speak. You don't have to talk about it. This is a season of quiet. This is a good season of quiet. It's hot. You don't want to use up too much energy while that sun beating on you. Keep it preserved. You have a sun inside of you. All right. Final thing, you have a sun inside of you. If you having a week, or you're getting ready to have a week, you don't have to let that sun burn bright and it bright outside of your body. You can let it simmer inside, and that sun inside, that energy inside of you is gonna grow fruits. It's gonna grow flowers inside of you, because that sun of yours it creates life. If I'm a good person on the outside, you're gonna see it. You're gonna feel it. And I'm gonna push that onto you. I'm gonna try to grow flowers and fruit on your skin. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you light. But if I'm having a bad day and I don't want to give that energy out, you don't have to. Emotional fluency at its best. Master it. Self-mastery was one of the chapters in my ministry school. They call it seminary school. I'm gonna finish that too, get my associates in that. But be you, man, fully. If you're angry, be angry. You're not mad. Mad is insane. If you're angry, you're angry. If you're sad, you're sad. If you're happy, you're happy. If you're neutral, man. Try to be happy in those moments. You ain't got no pain. You ain't got no sorrows. You ain't got nothing on your chest. You telling the truth. You read your word. I've been reading Psalms, all the Psalms in the Holy Bible. It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Young men, young women, read it. If you got a woman in your life, you young or old, and you read the Bible, bring your significant other into that Bible study with you. Do it, because you building a relationship with God with them, and it's hard to do that. Everybody not gonna read that book with you. Everybody not gonna sit down, and even if it's a Torah or a Quran, everybody not gonna sit down and have a relationship with somebody that you have a relationship with, and that's somebody that you can't even see. Something that it's almost unexplainable, but there. That feeling is there. That goodness is there. But build that relationship with God individually, and build that relationship with her or him or whoever you have, and develop, man. Because as soon as y'all talk about breaking up, y'all gonna realize that, man, we just got built this whole relationship with God together. You're gonna realize like it's something to give up. It's something even more to give up. Not only have we had memories together, but we had memories with God. It's deep. It get deeper.
Yeah, I'm going through that right now.
Nah, I feel that. Yeah, me and him both going through a breakup. It's definitely heavy, regardless what lens that you're seeing it through. So, we really do appreciate the advice. I appreciate it, especially. Go ahead.
Yeah, that advice is needed. I feel like a lot of people, they struggle to like learn how to get past stuff like that. I think the most important thing I would just tell anybody is like, because I feel like a lot of people, they tell themselves they miss somebody, or they tell themselves that they still have feelings, and it's like when you in love with somebody, it's different than having love for somebody. And like at certain times you fall out of love with somebody. That doesn't mean you don't still have love for them. And I think a lot of people, they get it mixed up when you randomly sitting there and then all of a sudden you thinking like, man, I wonder how that person doing. Man, I wonder what they're up to. Man, I hope they're doing good. Man, I hope they found somebody good for them. All that, like, that's fine. Like, oh man, I hope they're being safe. I hope that they, those are perfect thoughts. That just shows that you still, like, you have love for them as a person, but you don't necessarily miss them, because a lot of people, they get lost in those thoughts, and they don't necessarily realize, and they start to forget a lot of the things that happened in the relationship and why it wasn't really working in the first place. So I think it's very important to like kind of talk about that and give people that information, because there's not like a lot of information on it. I think there's one song by Lauryn Hill where it like kind of gets talked about at the end, and that's about it. That's really the only place I really ever heard somebody talk about it.
About love?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I know something.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, the little kids and then the dude on the back of the song. Yeah.
There's a song by J. Cole called "Love Yours." I said my ending thoughts already. There's a song.
We'll be here all night.
Right there's a song by J. Cole called "Love Yours," man. It ain't always gonna be like you just said, man. You said it. You know what I mean? Right. Replay it and listen to what he just said, man. Love yours. You know what I'm saying? That's what J. Cole talking about. Man. It's always gonna be a better car you want. But the person that only got a bike, he want to drive your car. The person that's walking want to ride your bike. You know what I'm saying? The person that ain't got no feet want to walk your feet. You know what I mean? like for real, it's like that. You know what I mean? I've been in the field with people that no longer have legs, no longer have arms or sight. My stepfather, rest his soul. You know what I mean? He didn't have ability to move his left arm. He had strokes and all type of things like that. But get ready for life. Because it's going to happen. And if you get caught up in love with somebody and you forget about being good, try to go back and reestablish your foundation. If God is your foundation, reestablish your foundation with God. And you have to refine that burning fire that makes you want to chase God. Don't depend on nobody else to have that relationship with God and bring you there. You need to develop the relationship with God yourself. That's my final comment.
I got you. Thank you, sir.
Yes. All right.
It's been nice. It was a good interview. Peace out, everybody. This been Big Talk Tuesday with Grandfatherpeace. And
Big Talk.
Yeah, we'll have his links down below. Whatever you need to see. We got it. Thank you.
All right, perfect. Peace.
Thank you guys.
All righty.